Today we're making SHOPSKA salad, the national dish of Bulgaria, and me being from there, I thought it's high time I made one and showed you how to make a good one at that. Because there are rules, but I'll show you which ones you should follow, which ones you can break, and which ones just don't make any sense. Let's start with the cucumber. Now, I think that you 100% should peel the cucumber, and I'm pretty sure it's part of the recipe as well. I normally don't take off the peel from a cucumber when I'm making a salad, and in fact, a lot of the flavor of the cucumber comes from the peel, but when you're making SHOPSKA, you just have to take it off. You can save these and make vegan bacon. Not. Now, from here, I'm gonna take the ends off. And you can go one of few ways. You can either just do wheels, you can cut it like this and do sort of half circles. But what I'm gonna do is gonna go along the length of it and then sort of go for quarters. I'll be cutting the tomato into big cubes as well. So I think I wanna keep that format. Something like that, small bite sizes. Now I'm gonna throw these into a mixing bowl where I'm gonna put everything together as we go. Now for the peppers. I roasted some peppers earlier and I threw them in the fridge wrapped in some foil just so they can steam and cool down a little bit. The peppers have to be roasted and peeled. No questions about it. Fresh peppers, not allowed. So these should be able to peel really easy. In fact, I don't really need the knife. Found out the trick with peeling roasted peppers. Let them cool down completely as they're steaming and you're not gonna be having any problems. I'm just gonna take the core off with the seeds. And then I'm just gonna line them up, sort of like this, and give them once over with the knife. Into the mixing bowl they go. Now let's talk tomatoes. I have no idea what these are, but they're the only ones that looked good, so that's what I got. Here in Denmark, it's not easy to get good tomatoes, even in the summer. Now, I'm gonna peel these, but you don't have to. Now, there's this part of the recipe, but that's how my mom makes the salad, and that's how I like it. Okay, so all we need to do is do a little X slash on the bottom here, just like that. And then I'm gonna throw them into some boiling water for just 10 seconds. And then they come out into a bowl of ice water. That will stop the cooking. And I'm just gonna take the core off and peel them. That's one, and that's two. I'm just gonna cut these guys into large bite-sized chunks. Also, these look really nice. Let me check real quick. Oh yeah, and into the mixing bowl they go. Now let's talk about onions. I think most recipes call for yellow onions, but I prefer red onions. And there's a couple reasons. They're milder in flavor and I think they're better for a salad. Also, funny enough, in Bulgarian they're called salad onions. So, not gonna argue with that. Another point of contention is how you cut your onions. Most recipes are gonna call for small dice, but I like to cut them long. I'm gonna take the root off and then just cut them like this. I think the smaller the pieces, the higher the chance it is that you're just gonna end up with a bunch of onions at the bottom of the bowl. This way, I just feel like it mixes better with the size of the rest of the ingredients. Alright, let's throw the onions in as well. Some people would cut parsley for the salad, some people would only save it for a garnish. I like parsley, so I'm gonna cut some for inside as well. Stems and all, and if you can, try to get some of the flat leaf parsley, not the curly. Right, parsley goes in as well. Now it's time to dress our salad. I'm gonna go in with some sunflower seed oil or canola oil for you guys over the pond. Don't try to be fancy and go for the olive oil, it just completely changes the flavor. And a little dash of red wine vinegar. You can use other types of vinegar, but if you have red wine vinegar, try to use the red wine vinegar. A large pinch of salt. There's gonna be also cheese on top, so don't overdo the salt. And now the only way my grandma taught me to mix a salad is using my hands. That's also a good way to do it gently, because these tomatoes are ripe, the roasted peppers are tender, and you don't want to smash everything together. Yeah, and then I'm gonna get a separate bowl to serve this in. I'm also gonna get some of this juice that's on the bottom of the bowl here and spoon it over, because this is the best part. Now the last thing that we need is some Bulgarian cheese on top. And I understand, if you're living outside of Bulgaria, it's gonna be kind of hard to find it. So you can use any sort of white, crumbly, salty cheese. And what you're supposed to do is finely grate that on top. I find this a little tacky and outdated. So what I like to do is just crumble it on top. If you want to grate it, absolutely go ahead, but that's just a matter of preference. And I think it's one of those rules that you can absolutely break and you'll be fine. What I like to do is like a little heap, like a little mound on top. So you still get a bunch of cheese, but you don't cover everything and you can still see what's underneath. The idea is also that the colors of the salad represent the colors of the Bulgarian national flag, which are white, green and red. A few more parsley leaves for a garnish. And that's it. The SHOPSKA is done. Now let's give it a taste, although I already have a pretty good idea of how it tastes. It tastes like summer, it tastes like memories, it tastes like childhood, it tastes like Bulgaria. So I think you should go ahead and try this because it's really, really good. Roll out!